In this video, I'm gonna tell you about lots of things about Japan and my life, and I hope this video inspires you to come to Japan, or maybe inspire you in your life and in your relationships. And with that, let's get into it. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. Let me wear my glasses because I'm blind. Why I'm blind? Kids, don't cry, okay? If you cry, you're gonna go blind like me, and you will need lots of big glasses with powers for that, okay? So let's first talk about my life, and I'm looking here because I have all of my questions on the side, okay? So ignore that and let's get started. I don't know how many times I said that. Okay, so what was the hardest thing about moving to Japan alone? So for me, the hardest part about leaving Japan like alone is of course relationship, family and friendships. I remember actually what happened, that while I was applying for my visa, my visa got cancelled and rescheduled a lot of time because of COVID and other problem issues. And it was, I think, first time someone's trying to leave. I don't know, even in that time, I don't know, but it was very rare to come from Saudi Arabia to Japan, so it was hard. And there was some issues. Plus, I was mentally, emotionally not doing very well. But I think I cried a lot. I remember I am the elder child of my family, so I didn't cry in front of anyone. But when I exited the immigration and everything, when I was sitting alone waiting for the plane, I remember I called my friends and I cried a lot. I cried in front of everyone in the airport, and I was calling them and I was saying that make dua for me, and I was crying that thank you for being with me. Yeah, so I think that was the hardest part for me. What surprised you most about Japanese culture? So most Japanese culture, I think that how people don't interact with each other. Like, I think Bangladesh culture and Japan culture is very similar to each other, like a lot similar. But in Bangladeshi culture, even if you don't know anyone, they're very straightforward. They will go and ask you about anything. They're like, I'm very introverted, but normally Bangladeshi culture is not like that. But in Japan, it's completely opposite. Like, they don't even say hi to you. It's very rare. Only very few people who come to you and say hi or hello, especially as foreigner. I think they even avoid that even more. So that was the biggest cultural shock for me. What do you love most about living in Japan? So that I think that you can live alone. I think that is one of the thing I respect or like love about Japan, is because I come from Bangladesh, of course, like I said, and I lived in Saudi Arabia, and privacy, alone time, and like being alone with yourself is looked as something abnormal. And so I love this, that I can go for a walk alone, I can eat in a restaurant alone. I don't need a partner, children or friends or relatives. I like that. I'm not like, I don't think that you have to be in solitude, but like always. But of course, I think we all deserve some alone time, with ourselves. And it's good, and it's recommended that you know yourself, reflect on yourself alone. So that's I love about that you in Japan you can live alone. What do you miss most about Bangladesh? I would say people. I miss the people, of course. I think to me, place doesn't matter as long as you have good relationship. I think we love certain places, certain countries because of the memories we make with certain people. So I will say that I miss my family and my friends. Is Japan lonely as a people say? Mm, lonely? I don't, I don't, I don't know as a Japanese person, but as a foreigner, I don't think it's lonely because it. I think it depends on you that what type of relationship you want to have. Because especially if you study, you have workplace, or you go out, you will meet lots of people. Lots of foreigners. Even if you can't relate with Japanese people, you will always meet foreigners from different countries. But at certain point in my life I felt like that, but it was my fault because I was not socializing and I was not confident enough to go to someone and ask for their number or talk to them. But now I don't feel like that. I think have become that person that if I like someone, I can go and talk to them. And so I don't think it's lonely. I think it's a stereotype because I think Japan is one of the countries where you can actually live alone as a person. So yeah. What's your daily routine like in Japan? My daily routine. Actually, it's very hard for me to have a daily routine. I'm very like not exposed. What is it called? Spontaneous. Sometimes, like I like organized, planned stuff, schedule stuff, but I also like to change a bit every time. So I don't think it's like same every day, but most of the time I wake up or try to wake up before 7 a.m. Then sometime I pray, then I eat breakfast, then I go to work, and after work we have break 3 times, and after that I come home. Most of the time I cook, pray. Sometime I used to tutor kids, and then sometime I edit my videos because I'm late. So that is the like overall structure, and after that, after doing stuff like that, I normally try to sleep around 10, but most of the time I ended up falling asleep after 12 a.m. So I have to work on that. So basically that's like my routine. And weekends when I don't have work, it's more chaos and more messy. Yeah. Your biggest struggle living alone abroad? That you have to face all the problems by yourself. I think that's the biggest struggle as an individual, because especially if you live in a country where you know people, you can at least ask them easily that can you help me. Even if you don't have money for food or place to stay, you can say can you let me stay on your couch for 1 week. But it's very hard to do that when you are abroad, and especially when you don't have good connection with your family home, so it's even harder. So I think that is the biggest struggle. How do you manage halal food in Japan? So I think Japan, if you go normally in the convenience store or places like this, it looks like you can't find any halal food because there is no seal. But actually you can find halal food if you look into the ingredients, okay? Plus you can't be 100% sure most of the time, of course, but it depends on that if you're okay with that. When I came to Japan first, I was very strict with the food, but then I realized if I do that, I can literally eat anything, because they're like you will even start questioning the water if you live like that, because what if the water is contaminated with other foreign ingredients? You don't know that, but after working in the food industry, I realized that Japanese people handle their food with lots of care, and they don't let that happen. We change our gloves in every step of the process, even though we are handling the same thing, like food, like we are literally handling rice, but we change our gloves in every step of the way. So this is why I became more comfortable eating convenient foods or other foods. I just look into the ingredients, and it's okay, guys. I sometimes you're gonna end up eating I don't know what, okay, but you have to be forgiving, because it's a struggle, okay. Living abroad, especially if it's not a Muslim country, it's hard for you to be Muslim, but always think it as a blessing that you are doing this, so may Allah reward you for your struggle. So yeah, but there are lots of halal shop and restaurant, especially if you live near Tokyo or Chiba. So that's what is difficult being Muslim in Japan? Oh, no, sorry. Is it difficult being Muslim in Japan? So I would say no. Okay. I don't, because Japanese people are so, like, they taught from the very young age that you shouldn't mind or interfere in others people's business, that people don't come to you, but they might look like I know when I go out, so many people stares at me, I don't know why, but they do, and it's okay, I don't care, because they're not, but I'm wearing my hijab, okay, alhamdulillah. I people ask me question about Islam, which makes me so grateful, and I try to always inspire them and talk good about Islam and stuff like that. So I don't think that's a problem, but of course there are always gonna be certain type of people who are racist, Islamophobic and other stuff, but I think that can happen anywhere. And as a person who lived here for almost 4 years, I don't think that's a problem. How do you stay connected to Islam while living abroad? That's a very good question. I think again it applies to everyone living anywhere, that you have to constantly learn Islam. Okay, you have to, like, even if you know Surah Fatiha, you have to reconnect with it once in a while. You never know, you might be pronouncing something wrong, out of blue, or you missed an ayah you don't know that about. So you should, as a Islam, like it said, like it is a lifestyle, and you have to constantly improve your lifestyle, know about your lifestyle. You have to look at it and see what is working for you and what is not working for you. And Islam teaches us to be knowledgeable and seeking knowledge. So I think that's how you stay connected to Islam and Allah, that you constantly study about it, learn about it, and build that relationship. That was a very, very good question. Then how do Japanese people react to your hijab? Okay, so I think they have so many questions when you wear hijab, because I think all other religion aspects of Islam they can understand a little bit, because I think other religion also has that. But I think Islam, like hijab, is one of the things which is very different from other religion, that they become very curious. Like, even if I wear abaya, there's like, can you open it front of other women? Like, can you wear jeans? Can you wear skirts? Like that, they always ask this type of question. Or it's like, how is your hair? Women's, even because like sometimes we wear hijab front of women's too, so they're curious about your hair, and when they look at your hair, they're surprised, or stuff like that. So I think that is very interesting. They have so many interesting questions, and of course sometimes you have to repeat the same answer so many times, but it's okay. It shows that they respect you and they're curious about your religion. So I think that's another blessing. So are there many Muslim where you live? Muslim, lots of Muslim. Oh yes, there are lots of Muslim. Especially at my workplace, there are lots of Muslim from different countries. Alhamdulillah for that. But as I know that there are so many Muslim nowadays in Japan, I think you can see that everywhere. Like, alhamdulillah that Islam is spreading all over the world, and even though people are becoming more Islamophobic, but also the religion is spreading a lot. So alhamdulillah, yes, I see lots of Muslim. I see hijab is everywhere. Like sometimes, even though I don't know them, I have huge respect for them because I can just see that they're Muslim by their hijab. That's the another thing I think which is very honorable as a Muslima, to be that we get to wear hijab. So yeah. Okay, next question is, what do you usually eat in a day? So being honest, I'm not very good person to answer this, but I usually eat pasta, ramen, or carbs, which is not good. But recently, I'm trying to eat lots of protein. I have been eating tuna like there is nothing else. I know chicken is the best form of protein, but chicken is very hard for me, and I think it's expensive and very bothersome to cook, especially if you're trying to be healthy. So yeah, I eat lots of tuna now. Tuna, yogurt, different type of water, teas, chia seed. What else? Peanut butter, peanut stuff. Yeah. So what's your comfort food in Japan? Comfort food. Comfort food. I have comfort drink. Okay, not food. I think food depends on my mood, but I love coffee. Coffee is my comfort food, literally my comfort this thing. Coffee makes me realize that I can love something in my life and choose to do it, like every day. I think coffee gives me inspiration, and that's a blessing too. Yeah. Favorite thing from Japanese convenience stores? Coffee. There is this jelly coffee you can get in convenience or 7-Eleven or Lojan. It's a jelly, I think it's called Kelly jelly or something. I think Kelly, or I may be mistaken. But it's a coffee jelly, and they put a little bit of cream, and sometimes they put milk. I like that. Then what do you do when you feel lonely? When I feel lonely, I call my friends, and if they don't pick up, I scroll, doom scroll. I love some favorite shows which makes me less lonely, like Modern Family, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There is this, what is it, American Wife or something. There's Office. The shows which have lots of characters makes me less lonely, so I watch them. I journal, sometimes I pray, sometimes I listen to a duha, or cry. That is the another biggest solution. You cry about it. If you feel angry, if you feel sad, you cry, then you move on. You during stressful days. So during stressful days, I would say you have to look at people who is doing so much worse than you. I believe, sometimes when the works get so hard, I get body ache or I feel so stressful. I realize that what a privilege it is to have a work, especially as a woman. Okay, that I get to work, I get to study, I get to talk with people. That's a blessing, and I should be grateful that I get to work, I get to leave. And so that things, yeah, it's okay to have a stressful days. That doesn't make you a bad person or ungrateful person. But it's okay. You feel that next day you wake up bright. It's okay if you have negative emotion. You don't want to do certain things, but when you are in that position, you look around people, look around you, the people who are struggling more than you. It makes you realize how privileged you are. So that helps a lot, and I think it's also recommended in Islam to do that. So always do that. I think that's being busy is the biggest blessing for me. You know why? Because when you're busy, that shows that Allah is giving you lots of action in your life, especially in this generation where most of us like to be in depression. We are most of the time in depressed phase or slump phase, which I go through a lot. So when I am busy and stressed about something, it reminds me how blessed I am. What's your favorite cozy activity? It would be crocheting. I love crocheting. Okay, now I don't do it because I think it's giving me hand pains, cramps and stuff, but I love to crochet. But in the middle I didn't have anything to crochet, so I used to make bags for my friends and colleagues and etc. So I think crocheting, watching drama, drinking my coffee, or eating ramen is one of my coziest activities ever. Or another thing is walking or sitting on the park and watching people. That's the another cozy activity, I think. Oh, there is lots of question. This video is already getting so much bigger. Should we change? Why did you start YouTube? Why did I start YouTube? So, as a creative person, I always saw so many things as performance. For me, I used to dance, I used to sing, I used to do poetry, then sports week. I always love to create things. I feel like I have this artistic side which always wants to be seen. Another thing is that it's like my public documentation about myself, because I'm a person who keeps changing, and journaling is so hard for me as a lazy person. And I thought that my life, my stories, my thoughts could inspire people to, come out of their shelf, because it helped me a lot when I was struggling, when I was in a loop and I had no one to talk to. That time YouTube helped me a lot. I saw women like me coming to the camera and talking about themselves, their struggle, their life, and it taught me that people like me can also have a successful story. So I think that's inspired me a lot. Plus, I thought that I had lots of things in my mind which I wanted to express, because I feel like I'm a person who is very opinionated. Opinionated. I might be saying that wrong. So that's another thing. I wanted to discuss so many issues in our society. So I have so many reasons to open this YouTube channel, and this is like my home, my nest. Yeah. Were you scared to show yourself online? Actually, no. Because I'm a person who I'm more comfortable talking with stranger and random people I have no idea, than to talk with someone I know. That makes me so uncomfortable, because I feel like they already have an image of me which I have to portray, and I can't be myself. So it didn't made me uncomfortable a lot. But recording in public, especially after working in the same area I live, it was hard, because I thought, what if my colleagues saw me? So that was very hard. What camera or phone do you use? So most of the time I record my videos using iPhone Pro Max. Yeah, so I use this. Before I used to use my another phone, iPhone 8, but the camera quality is very bad in that, so I stopped using this. I tried using camera, but I don't know I think it's a photo camera or something, but the clips were very short, so I use my iPhone now. How do you edit your videos? My video editing is not like very professional, but most of the time I don't like very over edited videos. I like very simple editing style. So I just cut my clips, maybe put stickers or little bit sticker texts here and there. Yeah, my video editing is very simple. Maybe in future I will make a video, but I don't think anyone will be interested in that. So yeah. What type of videos do you enjoy making the most? Most of the wonderful videos, or the videos I want to make is just like this type of videos. Me just sitting and rambling my hearts out, my brain out. Literally one of my best thing. Like, I love this type of videos, but I think this type of video doesn't perform well in my channel. But yeah, that's why I stopped making it. This is why I had so many sitting up videos or podcasts, but I stopped making that because I thought that was so boring to everyone else. Yeah, this type of video is my favorite. Dream for your channel. Oh my gosh. So, dream for my channel. Should I say it, or should I just keep it to myself? May Allah protect my dreams and my wishes against whispers of man, woman, and shaitan. So I'm gonna say it. I want to have a community. That's like, as a person, I feel like I come from a community where you can't go to somewhere or some places and ask for help. And I feel that all the time. And I know there are lots of creators all over the world, but I don't see anyone from my community standing up for us, or a person from our community who is helping others. Maybe they're there, but I don't see it. So I wanted to become that person, because I believe that what you want for yourself, you should do it to others. So I want to have that place, that community, that people can come, and ask for help, and I can help them. Or maybe have a group of people who can help them, and maybe have an organization or online platform, resources, foundation where people can actually go, especially women and children or men who are suffering, underprivileged or struggling. They can come and ask for help. So that's like my biggest thing I want to accomplish, that if this channel goes somewhere big, may Allah guide this channel to that position. I would love to do that, that my channel can become a source of support for someone. Yeah. Will you ever show your face? Okay guys, listen to me carefully, very very carefully. I don't believe that your face is your aura. Okay, so if I decide, I can show my face you right now and I wouldn't have any problem with it, because I don't believe that Islam says you to cover your face. Okay, but believe me, if Allah puts, like, if I ever remove my veil, please someone slap me, or literally someone come and slap me. I will never, inshallah, may Allah protect me, okay, from everything. And also this, that I don't want to show my face ever. Okay, this is what I want to do, I need to do. Okay, I don't want to show my face. I don't want this channel's identity to be connected to my face. I want you to come here, you listen to my conversation, my talk, my sound, my voice, my words, my personality, or what the video is about. Don't look at my face. It's not like anything. And plus, this internet is not like right place or safe place for women. You understand that, right? I think I will never, or we will never as a society go to a place where women will be 100% safe, and that's so saddening. And I know there are already people who doesn't want me to be like showing myself, and I know there are so many people who will try to use that against me, my face. They will blackmail me. I know that, they will do so many things with my face. They are already, so I don't want to be that. I don't want that. Okay, if I die, may Allah take me with dignity and respect. I don't want to be disrespected or any question against my dignity. So may Allah protect me, and I don't plan on showing my face ever in this internet, so even though I don't believe that face is aura. So yeah, it's not only Islam, but it's also for my own safety and my own sense of self and the channel, so that's why I don't ever plan to do that. So what has Japan taught you about yourself? So Japan taught me that I am a very strong individual. I believe that Japan, after living here in Japan, I realized that how strong and willed minded I am, and I never knew that when I was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so that helped me a lot to realize about my self-worth and what I want to do in my life. May Allah protect me, may Allah be with me all the time, and yeah, that's what it taught me. What advice would you give to girls who wanting to study abroad? I would say that I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it's important you do that. You know, everywhere is unsafe, but you have to live your life, and you can't completely learn about you or your life without being alone. You know, I don't know what others says, but as a person who lives with family, lives with people, I think it's very important for girls to live alone at certain time of their life. It's very important because you have to realize that at the end of the day there is no one who is gonna stay with you forever, but you only have yourself and your God, and you have to realize that, and you wouldn't realize that until you leave the people or your comfort zone. So that's, and of course guys, always be safe. Always be safe. Defend yourself. It's better to be killed after you tried everything. Okay, so always be safe. Do you think about living alone change your personality? I think my personality is shining. My personality, which died so many times, is coming back. I'm getting stronger and more happy, more proud of myself. I'm becoming a very good Muslim, I think. Okay, I don't know if it's that true, but I'm trying. I think my personality is coming back, and I'm becoming excited about life. What's something people misunderstands about you? People misunderstands me about so many things. People always assume that they know everything about me, but they don't realize that actually that's nothing. Like, I know my personality is like that, but I don't think people will ever understand me. I think it takes a very intelligent person, very compassionate person, because you can't put me in a one category. Like, I have so many aspects of things in my life. I can be anything I want to be. So it's very hard for people to understand me. But who understands me is a genius. I'm not showing off, okay? May Allah protect me from arrogance, okay? No. You motivated when life feels heavy? That Allah created me. What makes you think that Allah created you if you didn't have any potential? No matter how hard your life gets, no matter if nobody is standing with you, always remember that Allah created you, nobody else. God created you. God put you in this earth for a reason. You might never know that reason, but don't ever feel like that you have no purpose or nowhere to go or nothing to do. You always have a purpose because God created you here. So that means He has step-by-step process for you. He saw something in you, you have potential, you have something in you, which is the reason you are created. Okay, and you will never die until that potential, that thing is fulfilled. So whether you like it or not, your life is going to move forward to that position. Okay, so either you take the wrong step and you will go there, whether you take the right step, you are going to go there. You know, because death is 100%, you know, that's your ending. In life, no other story has ending. Believe me, no stories. But your life story ends when you die. So till then, you have this whole thing planned for you, and you have to go through this. Okay, and I think that's your motivation enough. Like, you don't need any motivation. You just need step, process, system. Okay, and mindset, and motivation. That is your motivation. Life is your motivation, that Allah created me in this world, and I'm gonna die, I'm gonna end. So this is my process, this is my journey. Life is all about journey, steps, process, system, you know, mindset. What are you most grateful for right now? I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for so many things. So many things. I'm grateful that I get to work. I'm grateful that I have money. I'm grateful that I can see. I'm grateful I can hear. I'm grateful I can talk. I'm grateful my hands and my feet are working. I'm grateful I have wonderful friends. I am grateful that I get to cry. I'm grateful I drink coffee. I'm grateful I get to pray. I'm grateful I get to sleep. I'm grateful that I get to walk. I'm grateful about so many things. Believe me, this week has been amazing because it made me realize that I'm grateful about so many things. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, I should say them fast. My thing is about to die. What is your most embarrassing moment in Japan? I have so many embarrassing moments in Japan. I can talk about them all the time. I do embarrassing things all the time. Because I always overthink, so I'm very clumsy. So I do embarrassing things all the time. Have you ever gotten lost in Japan? All the time. Even though I went to a place, sometime I miss a train and I go somewhere else, and I always get lost. But don't be afraid to ask help in Japan. Literally everyone, especially people or the guards in the station and bus, they are there to help you. So always ask them. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Go and ask them. Translate it and ask them. What's the Japanese word you use the most? Most used word is yeah. I like this. Even I like to say this and I like to do this. I always say it like twice. Yeah. I always do this. But I think most of the words which I use lots of the time is Ohayo gozaimasu or sumimasen. I always say that. So, but I like this more. Yeah. I like this. What's your most unnecessary Temu purchases? I'm trying not to purchase anything. But I think everything I bought from here is useless except for clothes and shoes. Yeah. But other appliances or stuff I brought, it was not very useful. I think second hand stuff is much better. You get quality in affordable way. Yeah. What's your I'm just a girl moment lately? So everyone was trying to do something against me. Okay, then I was like, I'm just a girl. I will put a case against you. I'm just a girl. The world see me as a weakness, so I'm just a girl. I'm vulnerable, so I'm going to use it against you. So be careful. That was my goal. So I hope you like this video. I don't know what I'm gonna do with other part. I think I will combine that. I don't know. Maybe I should post a long video. I don't know, but that is my future self problem. And with that, I'm gonna end this video. If you have any question about Japan or anything else, please comment below. And if you watch till the end, please subscribe. Why not subscribing? Subscribe. And with that, Fiamanullah, I hope you to see in the next video. I post videos every Friday, and guys, there is a giveaway for 500 subscribers. So join the journey, and yeah, bye. See you. Fiamanullah. ভয় পেয়েছি কে ছিল This is so fun. Oh.